Good morning and good evening, my dear beloved friends. A warm welcome to one and all of you, and warm greetings to you. And it's my pleasure to meet with you again and stay connected through this online series. And as all of you definitely know, that we are in the process of discussing about various aspects of life, and life is definitely very important. Many people live their lives to earn money, to be successors, and to be very successful in their life, which is not wrong. Definitely, it is worthwhile to have a thought like that. But the other aspect of life is you need to live a life in peace, in joy, or in happiness, right? The peaceful mindset and the happiness is not something that the world honors as much as they honor the riches, right? If you're a very rich person, then yes, they get all attention. Ah, he's a very rich person, and he's somebody who has been very successful and able to get these many awards in life and something like that. They always look at the metrics as far as their success story is concerned, but they have no idea what is inside of that person, right? What kind of attitude that person had developed, and what are the harmful situation that that person is going through, right? What is his um, is he really at peace? Is he joyful? Don't look at the money, don't look at the achievements, don't look at the list of things they have put across as achievements. But the thing is, the inner side, the inner aspect is something that we all need to focus, and this is exactly what we are trying to deal with through these sessions. Because why? Even some of the very successful people, you have seen them like ending their lives, and they getting into depressions, and they getting into so many other problems, which you all hear from the newspaper, and then you are shocked. This person, I never knew. You never knew, right? That's why we are trying to get into these kind of sessions to get that exposition. Therefore, sooner the better for you to get into these kind of analysis and get into the introspective study, get to know the real who you are, right? What is your mindset? What is your attitude looking like? What is your behavioral pattern? Are you definitely wanting to enjoy everything that happens in life? Yeah, are you enjoying everything that you do in life? Right? Not happens in life. Happening things happening in your life is not in your control, but everything that you do, are you really enjoying, right? That's the point we are trying to make, and for which you need to stay positive. Yes, obviously you need to stay full of energy, and stay enthusiastic, stay with a lot of courage, a lot of boldness. Everything is needed. All right, warm welcome to you again. And as we are dealing with various parameters of life, today we picked up one very important parameter. You know what is it? Time and wasting time. We're going to talk about the values of time, and also we're going to talk about the consequences of why it is very important to understand that one should not waste time. Now, taking two steps backward, right? To some people, wasting time is not about wasting time. I mean to say, they don't agree with the fact that they are wasting time. For example, some people every day they have the habit of getting into Facebook, Twitters, this and that, and they spend solid 2 hours, and they call it as relaxation time, entertainment time, stress buster, this and that, right? And there are other people who also does that. They are into this, but they limit, they confine it. For example, they time box it like 30 minutes, and anything more than 30 minutes, they will say, get back to you tomorrow. And they know how to make use of that time and time box and kind of make use of that time. Because why? They have other priorities in life. Everything will have to keep on going and pedaling, right, in life, and they cannot be stuck in one thing, right? But these people sometimes 2 hours becomes 12 hours. Why? Because we started this and let us conclude it and something like that, and they don't look at the time. They don't. What happens is, like, they end up compromising other 10 tasks that are lined up in their life, including their work. Their boss will be pinging them, their co-workers will be calling them, but they will be busy in chatting, whatsapping, tweeting, and Facebook, and uploading selfies and this and that. You could do it, but then if that is what you call it as entertainment, right? To some people, entertainment is all about getting too much into sports and stress buster, they call it as, and all that. But then getting too much into something is also as good as wasting time, provided if your mainline career is cricket, right? You have been dedicated like Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli or something like that, and your mainline career is that. That's not wasting time. That's focusing on your career. But for some people, that is not mainline. That is secondary, right? But they end up spending more time, although they know that they are not going to excel. They are not going to get into Indian cricket team or something like that, yet they will be spending a lot of time. That's as good as like wasting time. Because why? Your mainline career is something else. You're a software engineer, you're a mechanical engineer, or you may be something else. So you need to focus on developing that career, but not saying that you should refrain from playing cricket, which is passion, right? And therefore you need to spend that time there, but you need to limit it. The same time box principle which we had laid down as a principle, as a protocol for the Facebook and tweeting, I think the same applies here as well. All right, that's good enough for an introduction. As usual, we are going to take you through a systematic study and we will see what best to do in the limited time that we have, right? Now, what is this time and what is this time management? Now, good time management does not keep, does not just keep you on task to do things you need to do. It also serves as a more important purpose to achieve things, right? The more you contribute, the more you dedicate time, you want to achieve and show the deliverables. That's what is actually called as good time management. You'll be able to show the deliverable in your primary tasks, in your secondary task, or in your territory task, the tasks which are least important also. You'll be able to churn the output, and that's called as good time management. If you're not able to show results in either of these, then absolutely you're wasting time without a doubt, and that itself is a provable scenario, correct? Now it frees up you to do the things you love to do also, right? Whatever you're passionate about. You may get more sleep, spend more time with family and friends, and you have more time for hobbies. And when you track and schedule your time, all this benefits you get as an advantage, as an additional thing. That's why time boxing, scheduling, planning, and strategizing what you want to do during the day will make you a very proactive person, right? People tend to say, I'm not at all lazy. I'm very busy. You're very busy, but still you are wasting time, right? You are either a lazy guy or you are that wasting time category. Is exactly what we are trying to deal here. Maybe you are in that category. Today is your time. Today is your time to fix your time that you waste. Okay, why time is so valuable and why time should not be wasted is $1 million question that every one of you will have to find answers. That's very important for your life, right? Now this proverb goes like this, right? Decisions need not be taken at the moment, because if you delay in making your decision, the opportunity may pass before you made up your mind. Have you seen any clock which is ticking, right? It would stop and say, Master, can I start ticking? Master, can I start moving ahead? Master, have you finished your dinner? Have you finished your cricket? Have you finished your bath, shower, and all? It will not wait. Time keeps on moving. So does opportunities too, right? Some of the best opportunities, people would not have embraced it. Because why? They did not embrace it on time. The time got delayed, and therefore opportunities also traveled along with the time, and therefore you missed your opportunities. You could have become a trillionaire, you could have become a billionaire, you could have become a successful entrepreneur, you could have become a successful engineer, successful doctor, you could have been a successful cricketer, successful footballer, whatever you may be, but you did not embrace it, you did not realize it. Why? Because you did not plan for it, you did not anticipate it. And what you call yourself as a sluggish person or a person who is not valuing time, I leave it to your judgment. All right. And you should never waste your valuable time because of these reasons, because time is precious and priceless. It's more precious than water. It's more valuable than gold or diamond. And you will not understand why, because these are the principles that you will learn in your life. But by the time you learn, it would have cost you too much. Maybe you have lost too many of opportunities and too many of things and too many of friends and too many of relationships. All of them are gone. It'll be too late for you to learn at your own cost, right? Time is free to all, absolutely, but none can buy or sell time. And time is a good master, but you got to be a good servant too. Otherwise, time moves on to find a different servant or a different co-worker, right? Is it okay to waste time? Some people ask this crazy question. See, we always compile our session in such a way that we will be picking up the most frequently asked questions, and then we will be giving you the answers with the mix up of the experts, what they say, and what I think from my experience, or what the world thinks, and all that. So from all the perspectives, the social perspective, from the personal perspective, from the scholars, or the scientific perspective, we try to club it and then we present it. So never think this is like a theoretical study. This is pretty much a practical study, and that's why you need to focus. Okay. Somebody asks, is it okay to waste time? What will be your answer? Obviously the answer is no, but what is the reason behind no? When we say no, yes, no, there should be an answer, reason associated. uh, what is a descriptive answer associated, else your yes is not an yes, your no is not a no. You need to understand this principle, right? One very good reason wasting time can make you more productive is that, let's your brain needs rest. In that perspective, yes, you can waste time in the sense, don't take in different way, you can rest yourself to give that rest to brain. You can that's the only funny way of describing or encouraging. Yes, you have to waste time to rest your brain, right? When you're constantly working, you never get a chance to switch off. That hampers your brain, that creates damage to your personal life. Wasting time doing something that requires very little complex thinking can make you more productive too, right? So these are the facts which you need to consider, but I gave you on some other perspectives too, right? Now, what is a waste of time and money? How is time and money interlinked? The waste of time and money, right? Be a waste of effort, be a waste of time, be a waste of money, is much to do with, see, time is money, money is time, right? When you spend time focusing on things which are productive, then naturally you end up making money. Why? Because you convert into a product, you convert into some sort of invention, you convert it into some sort of ideas which you can sell it as a patent to some companies, correct? And you become a trillionaire. One such thought was WhatsApp, trust me. And those guys became billionaires in one overnight. But then that thought did not come in one overnight. It took a lot of time for them, and they spent quality time in researching on those and capitalizing on those lines. And that really, really made them, sell that product to Facebook. And definitely we are all enjoying, right? And they are very good people. I forgot their names. They sold it with one disclaimer that this facility must be, enrolled to the customers for free. There is a story behind. I would want you to go through Google and find out. That guy lost his father, and he was not even knowing, because there wasn't any communication channel. That's why he was influenced to invent this WhatsApp, that everybody are able to freely communicate without any problems, right? Now, why shouldn't we waste even a single moment of time in our life? Because every single moment in our life tells you a little bit more about what you might do, right? Why you might do it, and who you would become when you do things. Why? Because you are a great dreamer, you are a visionary, and for which you need time to accomplish those tasks, right? And without which it will be difficult for you to become a visionary. If you understand those moments which travels in your life will never be wasted. Why? Because you're a visionary, right? You have a vision, but then you don't make the best use of time to travel towards that vision. Then what happens? You waste time and you waste your life. And the time, every time that clock ticks, right? You don't get the time back. Could somebody get the time what you had wasted in the last year, in the last hour, in the last month, in the last week, in the previous day? You will not. That's exactly why we are saying time is valuable. You lose it, you lose your talent. It's as good as like losing, you know um, some hacker came into your bank account and he grabbed your money, something like that. You waste time, you're allowing the time to kind of grab away your talent or something like that. Is time really equivalent to gold? Somebody asked this question. Now, time is gold because it is there to teach the following: money can be spent, people may fade, material things may be destroyed, but experience and knowledge does not. It remains. Time is here to give us knowledge and memories. So the time that you use to build that knowledge, and knowledge also means networking with people. You're not supposed to ignore people. You're supposed to gel with people, network with people, because knowledge doesn't come by itself, but through those interactions, through those experiences which people give, this the world offers, right? We don't mean to say that you need to stay away from people, but time is here to give us knowledge and memories, and those travel with us, those builds us. Some people, that kind of knowledge even breaks them, revealing to them how bad they are. Yeah, all of us have to be broken at some point of time to get out of our bad qualities. Therefore, you come to light, right? Now, why is time considered so precious? We already explained. But then some of the key reasons are the answer to this question really matters because you can't get the wasted time back. That is why it is precious. Like how you waste water. Water is an important resource. Even the third world war could come because of the lack of water is one prediction people are giving. Likewise, time is also something similar, right? You it's so valuable, you waste, you don't get back. People often think of money as their most valuable resource, but while it is important because it allows you to buy the things you need and want, you can get money back. The money you spend, you can earn it next week, or sorry, next month you get the same salary paid and you can get the things which you have not got in the previous month. But then the time which you have lost, you cannot buy it back. I think I'm making more emphasis on the same lines. Therefore, it's very clear to you, right? What is the best use of time that I could probably make use of in my life, right? Take a similar approach with your life is also incredibly powerful, right? Taking a similar approach. When you do similar approach in the sense, valuing the time, that's what I meant to say. When you do fewer things, you spread your time over less, and so you have much more of yourself to give to everything that you do. But when you get involved in too many things, what happens is your time is split between various things, and all the 10 things need not be necessarily productive. Therefore, you need to limit your tasks versus the time you spend, the quality time you spend in each of these tasks. That's the important way or a principle there. If you apply, you can make the best use of time, right? Now, what is value of time in my life? Many people ask this question, right? In your life, I mean, not my life, right? Your life. Now, speech on value of time means time is a very precious thing in our life. Time is something we should never waste by any means. But then if you want to sleep, I told it's not wasting time. It's giving rest to your brain, rest to your body, especially in the night, right? Don't be awake until 3 a.m. and all that. It's as good as like wasting time and wasting your energy and spoiling your health, right? We can spend a lot of time doing various works because, or but we can never get back the time we spent. That's why most of the successful people, if you notice their lifestyle, they consider time as one important, valuable aspect, and they value it more than the money and the bank balances they have, more than the shares they have in the market. Because why? If they lose shares, also they can gain, but the money, sorry, the time they lose, they will never get back. Now, how do you spend your free time? There are a few tips which we want to enroll, and with that, we will close. Only two or three more things. I will take another 2-3 minutes and we will close. How do you spend your free time? There are various tips, right? You can exercise, you can spend time in reading new things. Don't read the same novel books. Oh, I'm so thrilled of that novel. Read a different novel book, and novel book gives you nothing, that little bit of kick and thrill, but what knowledge you gain. Not against reading novels, but always in novel book reading doesn't build your knowledge. It builds only your anxiety, that feeling of being anxious and thrilled and panicking and all that. What you gain? They bite the nails and they will be flipping the novel covers. What do you gain, right? You can do it once or twice, or periodically, or not frequently, right? Some people can enroll. For example, this is my passion to give sessions like these, which are helping people to come up in their personal life. You can take online classes like this for free. Be a freelancer, doing some projects and stuff like that, or you can volunteer for charitable deeds or charitable works, or you can network with people and share the best that you have learned out of your mistakes, or you can develop new hobbies. For example, your interest that you want to be a drummer, you want to be a keyboard player, or you want to be a guitarist and you never had time, but then you make time and then develop that passion. What you had inside of you, bring it out. This is your opportunity, right? And you spend time with friends and family and all that. This is what you need to do. Some of the tips we are giving during the free time, and therefore you will feel the value of time, and also you will feel full that you have accomplished something fruitful for yourself and for the world, right? And especially this question is for the students, and we are providing answers. How can students manage time wisely? Because that is the teen age where they end up doing multiple things, full of energy, young blood. Therefore, you should be very careful, right? You create a master schedule, line up those tasks which are high priority, low priority, medium priority. Use an agenda, what you're going to do from the time you wake up and from the time you go to bed, daily agenda. and eliminate any distractions, right? Getting into all sorts of love affairs and this and that and all. That's not the age, right? Have friendship and just gel with everyone, have a cool life, have fun together. Don't get into all that nonsense. Your parents know what to do. But then after you become a professional, probably you can get into your own self. But the teenagers, when you're a student, your focus should be on your career, on your life, but have fun, right? But don't get into wrong side of the fun. Don't be an alcoholic or a drug addict or something like that. Now only one puff, uncle, I want to taste and all that. One puff, it can pull you to in the deepest trap. Excuse me. Now set goals for each of the study sessions. Start working on assignments early. Make a project plan. Say no to Facebook, Twitter, and all that after 6 p.m. Now, does it sound like a plan? Now, you think over, you will understand what I'm saying, which means until 6 a.m., you are busy with college life and all that. After 6 p.m., you should do something useful, which means in other words, softly and gently telling you, you quit the Facebook nonsense and Twitter. It is not necessary for people at your age. Probably you can do that over the weekend, spending 1 hour on Saturday and 1 hour on Sunday. That's more than enough to read all the garbages that are floating in the world. For your age, I'm saying, right? Your focus should be on different aspect. Now work on one thing at a time. That is a principle for all ages, and study in shorter bursts. In the sense, you split the long study sessions into multiple pockets or something like that, right? Don't sit and study for 5 hours, but rather sit for 1.5 hours, take a 15 minutes break and something like that. And the break would immediately don't go on WhatsApp, where someone else will tune in something into your brain. The next 1.5 hours will be unproductive. That's why we are asking you to stay out of other people's perception and all that. For that, you become a professional, and then you can contribute anything that you want to the society. But for now, you need to focus on yourself. You need to build your own career. You need to build yourself. You're still learning, right? I'm not saying you should not get into social media, but then really time box it and keep it as narrow as a thin line as you could. That helps. You try it and see for a week. If it's unproductive, fine. If it's productive, stick to it. Judgment is yours. How to stop wasting time? One last question. Few tips I will give, and with that we'll close. Figure out what you want to be in life. All age groups, right? All age groups. Even people who become professionals, somehow they ended up being a computer engineer. Somehow they become a civil engineer. Somehow they become a doctor. But maybe that's not your passion. So you need to figure out what you really want to become in life. Keep track of everything that you do. Prioritize your work. Keep an agenda and a journal, right? Schedule your day, how you want to start and end. It's in your control. Time is a good servant also, and you can be the master of the time, master of the day. Write down things that you want to do that you don't want to do. That way you don't waste time, right? Make a journal, make a list of things that you don't want to do, and keep it a practice of reading the don'ts. What you want to do, it's in your heart because you love it. But what you don't want to do, you read it as a habit, right? And lastly, anything you do, please ask this question: is it worth it doing? That will help you to save a lot of time. Lastly, don't cheat yourself, don't fool yourself. Being a compromiser of what you don't want to do, you end up doing and then saying, I didn't know how it happened and all that, right? That's a foolish answer to make, because definitely everything is in your control. Yes, beloved, if you have listened to this, you will definitely understand, you would have understood by now how valuable is time, and please don't waste time. It's very precious and you don't get back time. All right. Thank you for tuning in again, and I appreciate for your valuable time to hear through these sessions, and definitely I believe that you have benefited. Please leave your feedback, enroll to our channel, subscribe, and get access to all our playlists. There are 50 plus sessions like these with all parameters, from all parameters, all perspectives of life. It's going to be definitely helping you. Share it with your friends, relatives, and all the all of your college mates and students. God bless you. Stay safe. Please be very careful. These are pandemic times. Take care. Goodbye.